Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back here live on Talk Talk Live on YouTube and on IG. How are you? How's everybody doing? I am well, and had a pretty good day at work. And allez les Bleus. Well done to France in their World Cup sojourn. They are making it to the final against the what many would consider the GOAT, Mr. Messi. Senior Messi, but again, to me, the GOAT is still uh, the man in Brazil. So, if you don't know who that is, then you need to know. Anywho, what to do? But we are going to get it done tonight on Talk Talk Live. Yes, we're doing 3 straight days because, again, I didn't give you your weekend day because, again, I have yet to give out my my photos from hello, how are you? Eye candies, you know. Hello, hello, hello. We're getting people in here tonight on YouTube. Yes, indeed. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Talk Talk Live, live on IG and YouTube, sponsored by Duntalk.com, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend because we are back again, and we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So your presence is forever welcome here. So let's get to it, ladies. This is a bit of a instructional night tonight for the ladies here. Yes, I can only hear you in my left ear, only through my headset. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we can straighten that out. If not, there's a coming to you IG now. Okay, well, come on to the IG. The IG is free and we are available. But if you want to comment on YouTube, you may comment on YouTube. You may comment on IG. We're doing it simultaneously. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is a night where I have where I am discussing the whole thing about what separates a good time girl from a wife. It is the forever question that ladies have for gentlemen over time because again, men have always been defined by men have always been the deciders in terms of marriage and relationships, and women have always been the ones who they allow in their bedrooms. So again, they are the gatekeepers in that sense, and gentlemen are the ones who decide marriages and relationships. So we're gonna get on to the issue of what we as men, for the most part, listen, this is not all men, as you know, there are idiosyncrasies within the gender itself as to what defines a wife. But for the most part, we usually stick by the credos of fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. That's the ultimate wife. But is anyone who the operative word really there is cooperation, and if we have that cooperation from the women in our lives, we'll go down and looks to go up in cooperation. That goes without saying. So yes, indeed. Hi, Emil. How are you? Thank you for joining me on Talk Talk Live. I'll wave to everyone out there. We are on night 2. And yes, you sound better here. Okay, well, there you go. So I do sound better here. Sound is better here. So excellent, excellent, excellent. So I'm glad to hear that. We're going to have to get ourselves checked out in terms of our chat on the YouTube. But again, it is available for anybody who has that Dolby sound. I hope I am dressed for the occasion. So we're going to get right to it. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. I wave to all those who are entering in now. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And with Duntalk, the fall and winter line is out now. Yes, so as I was saying before, allez les Bleus, well done to France. But again, well done to Morocco as well. They had a fantastic World Cup this year. And again, the magic carpet ride from Marrakesh is now over, but again, it is not without full praise for those from the continent having reached this Final Four for the first time in Africa's participation in the World Cup, and hopefully they'll reach as high as 3rd place because again, that is as high as Africa can go in the World Cup. So again, we thank you for that. We thank you for their participation. That is Morocco. But let's get right to it, guys. We're gonna talk about tonight what's the difference between a good girl, a good time girl, and a wife, and a long-term girlfriend, a long-term person we would consider a wife or a at least a partner, a long-term partner in any engagement. So I came upon this article today. Well, I'm going to switch on to the where are we at here? Yes, indeed. All right. I came upon this article. I don't know if it's this one or the next one. Is it this one? Let me just scroll down for a second. Yes, no, not this one. This is the second one. This is the first one I wanted to do. Made by Marcus Cusi for Life Hacks. 14 differences between the girl you date and the woman you marry. So, we're gonna get into this this conversation right now about that on Talk Talk Live. And Marcus Cusi, again, he's talking from speaks from an African perspective, a African diaspora perspective, a black perspective, if you will. And again, this is something that I came upon today, and it's I think something that is pretty much universal and covers a lot of bases. So if you're willing to listen in, let's get on with it right now. So the first thing, the first question he asks is, if you are married, in what way is the girl that you dated different from the woman you married? If you're single or dating, in what way do you want the woman you married to be different from the girl you are dating? What thoughts come to mind? I bet you have a few thoughts. I do also. So he's saying, after being married for over 3 years to my awesome wife, I can testify that the girl that I dated is different from the woman I proudly call my wife. She has definitely improved in ways I never imagined, and for the better. So we're going to get into that. And we're going to go into the ways that that things differ in terms of the girl you date and the woman you marry. So let's go into the first one. The first girl you want to. So either way, the woman you marry will not be the same girl that you dated. So let's get into it. The first thing he explains is, the girl you date does not want to meet your family or friends. She wants you all to herself. So yes. That is indeed very true. And the woman that you married wants to know your family and friends. She knows without them you would not be where you are and who you are today. So, yes. In synopsis, let's get to that first point. What this man is saying is, if the woman that you date or the woman that you consider dating wants to meet your family, wants your family involved in, wants to get to know who you are deep down, and again, ladies, it goes vice versa. If the lady that we meet is the one we want to introduce to our parents, that's usually a good sign that is the not the good time girl. She's automatically a wifely candidate. We take her very seriously. We usually don't admit women who we would consider short term, as they say. We don't we don't look for ladies who we don't bring home ladies who we would consider a fly by night, or or a one night stand, or just a bit of fun, as they say. So if we have ideas of wanting to bring you home to meet our parents in due course. Now, again, we're not going to bring you home on the first day. That goes without saying. We're not going to actually, automatically say, "Oh, we met this girl today," and automatically, want to have you meet her immediately. We're not going to do that. We're going to test the waters. We're going to see where you stand, and again, if we're serious enough, we'll do it in a good enough time. We wouldn't waste time. Because once we bring you home, quite simply, we are serious about you. Yes, this is very true, ladies. So if you are in a predicament where you have yet to meet your paramour's parents as of yet, and it's going on 4 or 5 months, you're pretty much the good time girl. You're pretty much the girl that fulfills our needs sexually, and that we wish to keep a secret. When we want a lady, and we have serious intent for her, we usually tell the world. We let our friends know, and we definitely let our family know. And it is, and there are, and we make inroads towards future plans, because again, as KS said, as Godfather said, you should know a woman by 6 months, and within 12 months you should have serious intent on marrying this girl. And if they are not, ladies, he's wasting your time, and quite simply, he doesn't take you as seriously as he wishes you to be. So That is the first thing that we have in this instance in terms of the girl in terms of the good time girl and the wife and the wifey, the marriage material. So again, we you have to be observant of that, ladies. So again, if we, as I said before, we don't take you home within the first couple of months of dating you, you're not serious about you, and that's the long and the short of it. Because we should be making inroads to marriage within a year. So that's the first thing. So yes, so the second thing he explains in this article is that the girl you date is overly worried about her nails being done all the time, her eyelashes looking in a certain style, and being beautiful for her peers. Her physical beauty is more important to her. The woman that you marry is not overly worried about her nails being done. Instead, she's worried about being beautiful for her man, even if that means wearing no makeup. She focuses on her internal beauty and character building because she knows real beauty comes from within. He ain't wrong there. Mr. Kusi, is it? Yes, Mr. Kusi, yes. Let me make sure it's him. Yes, Mr. Kusi, Marcus Kusi, yes. Mr. Kusi ain't wrong there. If a woman is, worried about appearance, as most women are, let's face facts. They're worried about their hair done, and their eyelashes looking good, and they're asking, and not only that, they are looking to you to finance their looks. That is a problem. That we don't necessarily want to take on, or want to take on for a long period unless we have good intents for you to be a wife. So if you're overly worried about your appearance, how your eyelashes look, how your nails look, how your physical beauty is important to you, we won't necessarily consider you. We won't consider you seriously. I agree with him on that point. And again, the woman that we marry, the woman that we have serious consideration for marriage, isn't worried about her nails being done. No, we're not. We're not worried about that. She's worried about being beautiful for her man. That's right. As I was talking to you yesterday on Talk Live, and the 10 best places to find a woman, a feminine woman. Again, it's more important for her being beautiful for her man than to look beautiful for the world and post it on Instagram. And this is how I look today, and this is how I look tomorrow, and this is how I look the next day. That gets a bit tedious to men. The fact that you are looking for validation from the world instead of from your man. That's something to think about, ladies. If your looks are driven by what the world thinks of you rather than what your man thinks of you, a man takes notice of that. He does. He automatically does take notice of that. And if you and don't think for a second that we don't, because we're observant of these things. Because again, you're asking for you're asking for the world's approval instead of your man's approval. And once you take your man's approval under consideration before the world does, then you're getting leveled up in our books. You're absolutely being highly favored and considered in our books, if that's the case. If we don't see so much of a social footprint there for you, and if you're asking for us and our opinion on how you look, then that doesn't that doesn't go by unnoticed. It doesn't. We consider that high. We consider that highly, and we take that as a compliment, and we seriously consider you in the as a girlfriend and as a wife, if you consider our opinion seriously in terms of your looks. So again, that's number 2. So again, if you focus on internal beauty, character building, and she knows that beauty comes from within, then yeah, absolutely, yeah, exactly. But if you're looking for validation from others out there, then again, that can be an issue. That can be an issue that can be talked about. Yes, that can be talked about. But again, if you continue in that vein, then that could make that person who you consider highly out the door, quite simply. So, ladies, be aware of that. Now, here's one that a lot of ladies don't really consider. And I totally agree with him on this front. um, especially in the age of hypergamy, especially in the age of women working and in the workforce, and exactly getting theirs in the workforce. So his third consideration is the girl you date only cares about her career and her vision for life. She comes before the relationship, and she does not make future plans with you in mind. Hmm. That is usually a good time girl, yes. No matter what area of life she is in, that's usually a good time girl. Yeah. If she is selfish in terms of her outlook and she does not have you in her plans or you can't get on his plan, that's a pro- that's usually a red flag for us. Yes. The woman you marry cares about her career and your career and your vision for life as well as her own. She knows you also have a plan and works together with you to achieve the goals you both have, and the marriage is her priority. So yeah, 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 yeah. Career-driven women or women who are totally focused on themselves and their career, and and don't take a man's consideration in their career plans, in their life plans. Men can feel slighted about that. They can. They can. They automatically can. Um, you have to keep in mind that though you have your career goals, though you should strive for the best you can be. What if you're too driven? If you're too self-focused in terms of your career, what will tend to happen is a man would see himself as second fiddle, and if that's the case, then it's not a slight. It's, again, you can pursue your career all you want. You're free to do so in this democratic and free society. But again, a man would treat you as a afterthought rather than in the forefront of his mind. So we have to, you have to, you have there is that career balance, ladies, because again, at the end of the day, if this is a good guy, if this is a guy you want to be with, you have to cater your career to him, because again, if you want children with this gentleman, then do you want to lose this guy? If you want to lose this guy, that's fine. You're free to do so. But if you don't want to lose this guy, you have to get on his program. You have to get on his plan, or make your plans symbiotic with his. Or you can get into business together to make your plans and your goals grow. Because again, a man would take you seriously if you are the one to fill in gaps in his progress in order to get to the next level. Then we'll take you really, really seriously. So yes. So we have to keep that in mind, ladies. We don't mind for you to be career ladies, because if you are career ladies, then again, you're just good time girls, because you'll have no time for us. You literally won't have time for us. You won't. Because you're so career driven, and again, we take that as masculine. If you're so career driven that you don't have time for a man, or have time to build with him in order to build a relationship, and to family plan, and to plan for generational wealth, then we can't vet you seriously. We can't. So it's best that we part ways, have a good time, let you do your thing, and we do ours. But we'll find a woman who wants to get on that program, get on our plan, and make our lives that much better for not only you, but for any sort of future family. So again, that's the difference between the girl that you want to date, or the girl that you want, or the good time girl, really, or the girl you want to marry. So this is available on Talk Talk Live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube and on IG. Like, subscribe, comment. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And I thank you for your patronage tonight. We are on night 2. We're on a bit of a roll here on Talk Live. So again, thank you again for being here. We're gonna go into to again number 4 on the list of whether you're a good time girl, or a wife or wifey material. Number 4, the girl you date loves the financial cushion you can provide. She also expects something back whenever she gives. Hey, good to see you, Bruce. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment, Bruce. we're getting it done. We're getting it done. So thank you very much for coming out tonight, and I'll give you a wave there as well. So, yes, indeed. So again, the girl you date takes advantage of the financial cushion you provide. She also expects something back whenever she gives. So therefore, she sees you as an ATM. If we know that you are an instant an ATM early on, no, this won't last long. It won't last long. We'll try and get we'll try to get as much sexual favors out of you as we can. But if that doesn't work, then we will part ways, and we'll do that in a swift course of time. The woman that we marry wants to build financial cushion with you. She believes that the two heads will always be better than one. When she gives, she does not expect anything back. Yes. Let me read that again, ladies. And that's one thing you're not understanding is that it's always been the case with women where what you make is your own, and what a man makes is you own part of that. Guys are getting wise to that, ladies. They're getting very wise to that, and they're getting very tired of having to do that because they know where, if things end up in divorce, they know where things lie. And we know that 50% of 50% of marriages end in divorce, and of those marriages that end in divorce, 80% are set by women because they know there's an advantage to them being in a divorce. Whereby half of a man's earnings, or half of a man's fortune and wealth is gone within a divorce. Plus custody of children. So we are always observant of that. So that has to be taken under deep consideration, ladies, is the fact that if you see us as an ATM or as a financial cushion or as just a charge card that never built, that in which you never build up interest and which you can always take from, ladies, we will not take you seriously. We will try. Oh, I wouldn't say desperate. We'll try, every which way. That's what puts you in the category of the good time girl within an instant. Because you're literally charging us for your service. And who charge and what? And what profession charges one for their services for their time? I need not say that. I'll let you come to your own conclusions on that. But if you want to be that girl, then we'll treat you like that girl. But if you want to build a financial cushion with your man, if you give and expect nothing in return, chances are we'll take you a lot more seriously as a wifely candidate. Absolutely, we will. In other words, if you are selfless, then so will we be. We'll be more generous with what we have to share it with you. Absolutely, but we need to see that from you. We need to see how giving you are. But if you're always taking, then we'll try and take from you. Usually, it's just it involves sexual favors, and then that'll be that. And we don't, for the most part, most men like relationships. Most men like being in relationships. Most men we like being in one-on-one relationships because again, that's, that completes us as well. So ladies, don't think for 1 second that, we're only thinking of sex at the first time. From the offset, when we put our, introduce ourselves, try to get to know you, we're thinking of the future. We are thinking of the future. But there are certain, again, as we're proving right now, there are certain behaviors that will automatically show us that you're not that person to be with. And again, if we are one to just expect something from a woman and try to get anything from that woman, usually we don't have much to give. There it is. So think about it that way. If we want a lot from a woman, we usually have a lot to give. But if we're just looking to take from a woman, sexually, then we don't have a lot to give ourselves. Emil's saying yes, they think about sex. Yes, indeed, they only that's all we want. That's all we have to give because we have nothing much more to give. But if we are thinking of you seriously, then we have a lot more to give than you think, and it's up to you to think critically and act correctly in order to have us invest in you and build something with you and build that generational wealth and build that family and have those kids with you. And this is one way to doing it is to be a part of our plan to move ahead and to get forward in life. And if we do, and if we take that, and if we consider you seriously for that, then hey, we're a team. You're on our team, and we'll ride with you. We'll absolutely will ride with you. Number 5, the girl you date believes she knows everything, or the girl that you consider a good time girl knows everything. The woman you marry is open to learning something new and knows there's always room for improvement. Yes. Don't you know that most of these girls, these 304 girls, these very promiscuous women, think they know it all, think they have every answer for everything, think they're beyond reproach, beyond criticism, think they have nothing else to learn and they know everything. And yeah, those girls, yeah, absolutely, we don't want to deal with those girls, so we'll only deal with you for a certain time. I have to change a man's thinking. I have to. In what way there, Emil? Change a man's thinking to what? I like to know about that. Yeah, that. Let me know about that. It's a good comment. I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate all the comments here on Talk Talk Live tonight. Actually, let me look at YouTube, make sure that I am not missing anybody. Nope, we're good. We are good. We are good. We are good. But yeah, I want to know what you mean by that there. But yeah. If you're a girl that believes she knows everything about everything in life, and that you have all the answers, and you're beyond reproach, beyond criticism, you're beyond any sort of growth as a person, then why are we here? If you know it all, then you have nothing to learn from us. And if you have nothing to learn from us, then we'll deem you expendable. Show them depth and possible. Show them depth and possible future. Yes, indeed. If that's what you mean, then absolutely. If you can show your man a future with you, and how you can help them towards a brighter future, oh well. Listen, up and down 2 ways to Sunday. We will consider you highly for a wifey material. Absolutely, absolutely. Well said, Emil. Yes, indeed. Show them depth and possible. Show them depth and possible future. Absolutely, yes. If you can do that for us, if you can, help us on our plan and on our way towards where we want to go, we'll take you seriously. Absolutely, we'll take you seriously. Yes, 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 yes. That goes without saying. So again, a girl, getting back to it, a girl who believes she knows everything, or let a 304 girl, or she believes that she can, game a man, sleep with whoever she wants to sleep with, has life by the collar, is beyond reproach, beyond criticism. No one can tell her nothing. Yeah. We'll try to a certain extent to see if we can sleep with it. If not, we move on. Because we don't want a girl like that in our lives. Absolutely. Because that is a headache we don't need. A headache we definitely don't need. If you know it all, if you are a know-it-all lady, believe me, chances are you're a good time girl. I repeat, if you are a know-it-all woman who believes she has all of life's answers, and you have nothing to learn from a man, we'll consider you a good time girl. You're a good time girl. So you're only here for a time, and then you're gone. It's not. She's not ours. It's just our turn. There it is. Yeah, absolutely. So again, you got to watch out for that, ladies. If you think to be a know-it-all on anything, nobody wants to be around a know-it-all. Nobody. Nobody wants to be around a know-it-all. And ladies these days, especially feminists, womanist, 304 girls, they think they know it all. They think they have the answers for everything. And that is definitely not the case. It is not the case. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. We are here live talking about what's the difference between a good time girl and a wifey. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall, winter, line out now. Again, we have more features. We have more things coming going into the new year. I will hope you're having a good holiday season. Let's say that. And yes, I hope that everything's going well with you at work and during this holiday season. So let's move on to the next question here. The girl you date is scared to tell you her deepest secrets. The good time girl is a girl who's scared to tell you her deepest secrets. The woman you marry, she'll share her deepest secrets with you even if it means losing you. She trusts you and shares everything with you. She knows honesty is always the best policy. Let that sink in. Ladies, my feminist, womanist ladies, think of things this way. And this goes both ways now. This goes both ways, mind you. Let's say this. If you're scared to let us see your phone, because that's where you keep your deepest secrets, right? Most of us keep our deepest secrets on our phone. If you're scared to let us see your phone, that's a red flag. That's a huge red flag. Now, again, we don't ask for that access, within 2 weeks of seeing a person. But if you're there for at least a 4 to 5 month period, you're serious about each other, you should be able to share each other's, inner and deepest, most secrets. And most of them are kept on our phone. Yeah. And if you can't share your phone, then we can't bring you home. Nope. Can't bring you home. Can't trust you. Skeletons in the closet. As I said, Brucey Bruce, you're absolutely right. We don't want those skeletons. You should be You should be able to share your deepest secrets with us, even if it means losing us. You should be able to toss your phone to your man and saying, go ahead, go check it out. Check out all the numbers, check out all my apps, do what the hell you want. He has my password and I have his. There you go. Thank you very much, Emil. If you guys can share each other's secrets, you're on your way to greatness. But if you can't share those deeper secrets, if you can't pass your phone over to your paramour, to your partner, to your significant other, and say, go through my phone, do what the hell you want with it, there's a problem. There's a problem. And it goes both ways. Let me say that. It goes both ways. It shows trust that this girl is able to share everything with that you as a woman can share everything with us, and we take that quite favorably. We consider that quite highly. She knows honesty is the best policy. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. We want to see that from our women. If you want us to take you seriously, that is a huge feather in your cap if you are able to share your phone. Huge feather in our cap. Huge feather in your cap that you can do that. Huge. No mistake about it. If you can. Well, here's the thing. If you can tell us your deepest secrets, phone or non-phone, we take that very seriously. Because again, for most men, our word is our bond. And if you're able to tell us your deepest secrets, then listen. Usually, We consider that quite highly, and we consider that a compliment, a huge compliment, that you're able to trust your secrets with us. You're able to entrust your secrets with us. Huge thing. But if you're a one about secrets and you got to meet me here and you got to do this with, and we have to, and you have to go there to meet me here, and I can only meet you on this day and that day, and you're not fully transparent in your dealings with us, oh yeah, you're a good time girl. We can't take you seriously. No, we can't take you seriously. Can't consider you seriously. And we'll take what we can get, and we'll move on. Yeah. Because ladies, don't think for a second that men are silly these days. Because again, back in the day, you can apply things off. You can stretch the truth a bit. But in this internet age, in this social media age, your secrets are out there. It's just a matter of us connecting dots. And it's quite simple in truth to connect dots. It's not hard. Especially for the most investigative of us. And if you insist on playing games with us, that should be another one. If you insist on playing games with us, then we won't take you seriously. That's one that I will put in there. That's 6.5. Let's put that as 6.5. You play games with us, we will not. We consider you a good time girl. If you play games with us from the start, this is my own one here. You play games with us from the start, you're a good time girl to us. And that goes from jump. We have a comment here. Women are really and truthfully acting like men. Yes, they are truly acting like men. Yes. There's a whole lot of masculinity out there. That comes from feminist ideals because they think they can do as... The real Brucey Bruce, thank you very much for the comment. They think they can do what men do. But there's a reason why women are women and men are men. And usually, karma comes back and slaps most of these women in the face for some of their decisions. And teaches them that their tomfoolery will end them in one place. Like my man Future said, you belong to the streets. You will find yourself in the streets more often than not. And that guy that you should have put your best interest in and put your emphasis on and put your focus on and done your utmost to keep him, you'll regret losing him. So keep playing those games, ladies, because usually the wifey ones don't play games from the start. We know they aren't playing games. We can tell they're not playing games. This is the internet age. It's not hard to find if you're playing games, ladies. Your behaviors will tell on you. They will tell on you. And then we'll see you as a wifey. But we'll not see you as a wife. We'll not see you as a wifey. We'll see you as a side chick. We'll see you as a good time girl. Yeah. Girls who's there for a bit of fun, and we'll move them on. You want to be a bit of fun girl? Let us know, ladies. Or just keep acting in a way that will automatically put you in said category. Because we have two categories, ladies. You have the friend zone and the serious zone for men. Guys have the good time girls and the wifeys. So, got a comment from Brucey Bruce. So what about those hurt women that got played? Now they don't give a well. And if they let me see. Hold on. Let me read that again. So what about those hurt women that got played and now don't give a F? Is it their fault that they saw the way they? Well, here's the thing that we need to say about that. If you've been hurt before, because all of us have. Bruce, all of us have. We all have our crosses to bear. We all have our. We've all done our dirt, and we've all have played the fool from time to time. It's up to you to get over that and not carry that into the next relationship. You can't hold somebody new hostage for somebody old's issues and problems, for lack of a better word. You can't hold hostage somebody new for somebody else's or somebody old's problems. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's unfair. That is totally unfair. So those ladies who were played and don't give a darn right now, well then, do you expect good things to come about with that behavior? No. Chances are it won't. It's up to you to get the therapy. It's up to you to heal and not bring those bad habits to the next guy, because it's not his fault. It's not his fault. And then you become that good time girl. You become that 304. You become that bit of fun. Do women want to be considered that for all time? I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. But sometimes that's the way it is. If they can't heal themselves in a good enough time so that you can learn from mistakes of others, let karma deal with them, and for you to go towards bigger and better things, then I don't know what to say. I can't say anything about that. But I hope that those people that have been dealt a bad hand can heal and realize that something's good is coming to them if they only believe. So again, my 6.5 would be, if you're playing games, ladies, we'll always consider you a good time girl. Always, always, always. We'll always consider you with that bit of fun. But if you're not a game player, and most women aren't, the only thing is, as Bruce said, they take their past grievances against them and use them towards somebody else to punish somebody else who's not at fault. And then the cycle continues over and over and over again. If that's the case, then they'll never find that person who truly is out there for them. And we have to, and ladies have to heal before they can move on. Because you don't want that hurt to be bestowed on somebody else, because it's not their fault. It's unfair. It's totally unfair. But anyways, you go on back to the list. I hope that answered your question. My man, Brucey Bruce. Thank you very much for the comment. We go on to number 7. The good girl you date does not get excited about marriage and children, even if the girl you date doesn't get excited about marriage and children, even if she wants to have some one day. The woman you marry gets excited about marriage and starting a family with you. Yes. 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 One thing that's very important to us, ladies, that you need to understand is that men like legacy. Men like having a child to move into the next generation. Now, I know it's you who have to go through the issues of childbirth. That goes without saying, and we thank you for doing that, for taking that huge bullet for us. But again, a woman that we consider seriously is all about marriage. Is all about having kids. Is all about starting a family. That is one thing men like to do. They want to leave a legacy. That's one thing all men like. They want to leave a legacy going forward. They want to have kids. They want to have grandkids. They want to have big families. Yes, they want a family unit. And usually those who thrive within those relationships are women. Women are nurturers by nature. It's only recently that we've had this womanist feminist thing where they become detached from what they truly are by nature. But yeah. So when a woman gets excited about marriage and starting a family with you, within due course, of course, you know what I mean? We're excited by that also. And the fact that they would give us that greatest privilege, absolutely. But again, when once done in the right way, marriage and kids, of course. But if she doesn't get excited about marriage and children, even if she doesn't want to have some someday, but then how are we building a relationship with you? Think about that, ladies. How are we building a relationship with you if you don't want kids and you don't want marriage? I mean, some people don't believe marriage is common law, but even so, rarely, it's not as if it's out of the question, but rarely do you find a guy out there who doesn't want kids, doesn't want marriage, doesn't have kids himself, and does not want and abhors the idea of procreation. Usually that's not the case. Usually that's not the case. And if you're not one of those ladies, now again, if you are barren and can't have kids, but are still excited about adopting or getting a surrogate in order to have these children, that's the same thing, because we have to take that under consideration. Certain women can't have kids themselves. So, but again, you're still excited about the process of having kids. Yeah, that means all the difference to us. Because again, if you're just here just to be with us, but again, but again, let's keep this under consideration, because this under context, because there are certain men who don't want kids. If you're a certain woman that doesn't want kids and you want to make a life together, all well and good. But most men want kids. They do. They want someone to bring life into the world with their DNA. And if you're there saying, I don't want kids with you and such, I mean, a typical example is like a Naomi Campbell. Well, she did. No. That's sort of a bad example, because she wanted kids. She eventually had one at 50 odd, but again through IVF and such. But again, she didn't want that in a marriage. Within the context of marriage, she didn't want that. So again, she's a pretty girl. She's a great looking girl. Goes without saying, she's one of the more beautiful women in the world. But she can't keep a man. Why? Because she doesn't advocate marriage. She doesn't want long-term relationship. She doesn't want it. Doesn't want and more importantly, she doesn't want to start a family with you. If you don't want that, ladies, more often than not, you're gonna be that good time girl. You're going to be that bit of fun. If you're not excited about kids and marriage, if you're not excited at all. And that's something to consider, ladies. That's really something to consider. That's why it's always best to get this out of the way early. Because again, you don't have a lot of time. Because women, 90% of their eggs for women are gone by the age of 30. Gone. By 35, you're at at-risk pregnancy. You can't really have kids. You're at-risk pregnancy at 26, 27. Really, that's why they advocate for you to have kids early, because by 35, you're pretty much done, unless you have IVF treatment. Unless you're rich enough to have IVF treatment, and that's usually about $10,000-$15,000 a shot. Again, men, we're a bit nonplussed because we can have kids at any age. But for you ladies, that's why it's so important to have these things nailed down earlier on. Instead of concentrating on your career, you should be concentrating on the person you want to build a life with, at the same time as your career. Especially during those early formative college years, especially during their mid to late 20s, especially then. You've got to hone on it quickly, because that's one thing that us men want. Yes, your numbers are off. Oh, okay. What numbers are off? Do tell me. Don't tell me what my numbers Emil, thank you very much for your comment. Do tell me what my number, where I'm off in my numbers. I like to know. I like to know. So, again, ladies, keep that in the foremost in your mind when it comes to either you being put in as a good time girl on one end or marriage on the other. Age. Well, how am I off? In terms, again, by the time women are 30 years old, 90% of their eggs are gone. They're gone. And by the age of 35, I wouldn't say they're all gone, but most are. In terms of their eggs that are available for procreation. That's why usually you find for women over 35, unless they can afford it, they usually have only one child, and that's about it. And that's it, if they can shoot for it. So, for a lot of ladies, especially get into their 40s and into their 50s, if they can't afford that IVF treatment, it's a problem. And that's why you find a lot of guys, I mean, their numbers get smaller and smaller as the older they get because you can't have kids. What are we marrying? Unless we have kids of our own and we're good to go. And it's happened to a few friends before who will go nameless. I won't put their stuff on the street, but unless you don't want kids as a man, then, and most of us do, but if you don't want kids as a man, that's the only way you can see yourself getting within the marriage pool, really. If you have a man that doesn't want kids. So, ladies, you got to take that into consideration. You really, really, really do. And that's why, KS always said you got to focus on a laser between the ages of 27 to 35 because that's the last chance, really, of you having kids freely. One, if not two or three. So again, it's up to you. So if you get excited about marriage and children, yes, men will more likely take you seriously. If you are not excited about marriage and kids, what are we to do? What are men to do? Spending the rest of our lives with you is if the man agrees, so be it. But unless you're raising, a bunch of dogs and cats, and you have some sort of animal farm, and you can pour your love into them, then it can be a problem. It can definitely be a problem to most men. They do, because they want a legacy. Just saying, ladies. Just saying. So number 8. Let's move on. The girl you date shows her cleavage all the time. The woman you marry is more modest because she shows her attributes for your eyes only. Ugh. Yeah. Let's get into it. Ladies, if you're a bit of a thirst trap, if you're one to always want your goodies shown to the rest of the world, you're always out and about in public, being scantily clad, showing off your wares to anybody who would, care to notice. Yeah, you're a good time girl to us. We would consider you a good time girl, yes. Yes. Even though you're liberated to do so, even though it's your choice, and even though you want to parade yourselves as such, that's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, ladies. You don't mind that. That's up to you. You don't mind that in the slightest. But here's the thing, ladies. We take notice of that. Men take notice. We take notes. And if you're one to, walk the streets in however condition you feel and please, that's an issue. It's a big problem, a huge problem. And you don't wish to be addressed on that issue, that's a huge problem as well. If you don't seek our approval, if you wish to carry on in what you're doing, you're well and truly available to do so, but don't think there is a man at the end of the rainbow. There isn't. Usually, 99% of the time, there isn't. Unless your looks in that capacity is driven towards money that he is a part of. And that I don't care to mention what that makes you and what that makes him. But on the surface, it's not something that you can take to the governor's ball or to the Christmas party of your boss and of your firm, of your company as such. No. We would not consider that seriously as this is my girlfriend. No, we wouldn't do that. If you are and this goes towards 304 girls, this goes towards Instagram models. What do we consider Instagram models, ladies? We consider them very beautiful. They're good-looking girls, but guess what? We just want to, have a sexual experience with them, quite simply. But do we want to consider them seriously and date them? And, if this is where their life is, no, we don't. We'll never consider that serious. No. And if you're a man who doesn't do that, then you're considered part. Listen, you're considered part of the lifestyle, or you're earning money from your woman's looks in and of itself, gentlemen. And that's, I don't need to say what job detail that is, what position you carry there. But again, we men love modesty, showing her looks for our eyes only. And if you are out there, with your cleavage out and all, usually it's okay, fine. But it's there to... It's there with your man out at his approval. But again, usually men don't like you, parading yourself in that way. Usually, no. I mean, you can be sexy to a certain extent, but not to that extent. No. Unfortunately not. You have to show a measure of decorum. You have to show a measure of tact, of femininity, of simple conservatism in these instances, ladies. Less is more. It's the old saying, less is more. Especially instances where you're out with your man. And not only that, when you're out with your girlfriends and you're on your girls' night out. If you're putting it out there for all to see, asking for men's attention, and you get it, and you post it up on social media, it's a problem, ladies. It's a huge problem. It's a slight against you if we're in a relationship with you, but if you're not in a relationship with you, you clearly don't have our interests at heart, and you'll be considered that good time girl. Secretively. We won't exactly announce it to you. We'll tell you secretively. We'll take a mental note. Yeah. We know what she's for. She's for the streets. She's for the streets. Use her for what she is and move on. That's how, matter of fact, we'll deal with you in these instances. So, to all those 304 girls, to all those girls who believe that a man can't tell them what to wear and what to do, that's fine. It's true. But again, there's a category for you. And we've just named it. So, we'll leave you to govern yourself accordingly. So, as always said, ladies, less is more. Especially out with your man, especially when you have a man. If you're out there single doing your thing, go at it. But more often than not, men aren't going to take you seriously then anyway. We're judging you from jump. Don't think we don't notice. We do. We're not stupid. We're not blind. You're not know-it-alls. Especially if you're a man of a certain age and experience. Just letting you know, ladies, the 304s are out there and we can identify them like that. Off rip. And if you're not one of them, govern yourself accordingly. We move on. The girl you date, this is the big one. The girl you date is not concerned about cooking for you. The girl you marry loves not only to cook, but chooses delicious and healthy meals. Yes! The way to a man's heart is through his stomach after all, right? Ladies. This is a cheat code. You want a cheat code? This is a cheat code. This is a cheat code. If you could cook for your man on a regular basis, it's usually... We don't want to lose that. Oh, hell no. We do not want to lose that. We do not want to lose you if you can cook something for us on a regular basis. We will take you very seriously. This is a very underrated sign that you're considered a wifey. Yes, absolutely. If you not only love to cook, but choose delicious and healthy meals and have our diets at heart when making these meals. But this is the hardest hurdle for ladies. This is this is what a lot of modern women, a lot of feministas really can't get their head around. Before, this was par for the course. This was womanhood 101. This was the way to get your man 101. But in this feminist, womanist, single, independent, I don't need a man age, that is starting to become a rare. That is starting slowly but surely becoming a rarity. Unfortunately. And women have been dissuaded to look. Some women can't cook at all. In some capacities, it's the guy who can cook better than the women. Yeah. That's the way it is these days. It's the other way around. But here's the thing, ladies. If you think for 1 minute that is doing you a favor with men, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Dead wrong. That is the secret. In other words, that's the secret ingredient. Truth right here. I'm saying, Emil's right. That's your secret weapon. If you want a secret weapon, ladies, that's it. That's it. Let me say it again. The good time girl is a girl who is not concerned about cooking for you. Doesn't care about your dietary habits. Doesn't care whether you eat or don't eat. You can starve for all they care. However, the woman you marry loves not only to cook, but chooses delicious and healthy meals. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That is the cheat code. I keep telling you, ladies. That is the cheat code. It's the 3 S's, ladies. Sex, sandwich, silence. Let me repeat those 3 S's for you again. And it's been said on such shows that, listen, KS used to say that all the time. Fresh and Fit say that all the time. Get any show. Even Just Pearly Things just says it all the time. Sex, sandwich, silence. Sex definitely keeps him there, yes. But sandwiches really keep him there. Really keep him there. That is the foundation to any great marriage, great house of a great foundation on which you build a marriage. Yes. Yes. That's what keeps a man coming home. Guaranteed. Now, again, if you are of such an affluent nature where you can afford to cook, then this is out the window, and this does not apply. However, even if you are that lucky in terms of the finances, you always want a woman who can cook for. Fully get it, but this is the cheat code that you need. We have a comment. A lot of mothers are dropping the ball, teaching their daughters how to. Yes, thank you, Emil. Emil, who's a lady, said it right. A lot of mothers are dropping the ball, teaching their daughters how to cook. Yes. Yes. Because men are going to take. You don't know how important a sandwich is to a man. Of the 3 S's, you don't know how important the S is to a man. The sandwich, the S that is sandwich is to a man. You don't know how important that is, ladies. It's the difference between keeping your man beside you and him trying to find someone else. It is that serious. It is the cheat code. Because man can get sex anywhere. Men can get sounds anywhere. But one thing they can't get everywhere is a sandwich. A great sandwich made by a great woman. Can't get that everywhere. Can't get that everywhere. And if you can provide it, oh shit. Ooh, Lord. There's an inroads right there, ladies. That is basically the inside track on any great 200 meter race. The great inroads. And it's true. A lot of women are neglecting teaching their daughters how to cook. They're teaching their sons how to cook, making them more independent to a point where they can say to ladies, what do I need you for? What can you do for me? Think about that, ladies. If you have a man who could do all this by himself, what would he need you for? What would he need you for? Because you have a lot of mothers teaching their sons how to cook, especially if they're especially if they're going away to college and university. If you find your man that independent, it's going to make it even harder for you to make inroads with that man. Harder. Not easier, harder. And your sex is not going to get you in the door because he can get that anywhere. We have the Real Breezy Brews with a few comments. There are so many women now that are polyamorous and don't polyamorous and don't care. Sorry about that. Let's just move on here. Polyamory is a practice desire of romantic relationship with more than one person. Yeah. We get that. Yes, absolutely. More than one partner at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. But that's a new age thing. But here's the thing. In any relationship, be it polyamorous, be it whatnot, who's there, whatnot, whatever. At the end of the day, polyamory can run its course. There's only a certain finite amount of time with polyamory. Yes, polyamory is a thing, absolutely. But usually for the young, usually for the free spirited. But at the end of the day, if you want to have kids, you can have it in a polyamorous relationship? No. You can have it with that one person. Home truths will still reign to be true. When it comes to having a child, you want it with that one person. And that does not involve polyamory. But I take your comment, Bruce. I appreciate it, and I thank you for it. That goes without saying. I thank you for it. But there's a time and a place for polyamory. And it's usually not in the long term. It's a short-term deal. Usually very finite amount of time for polyamory. And again, if it comes to procreation, usually it's done with two people. Two committed people want to get who are on the same page with each other, because yet it's 3 and 4 and 5 people, it becomes a headache, a huge headache, a huge puzzle that one must solve. Not to say some people can't do it, but most people won't do it. That's why we've survived hundreds of centuries, because it took 2 people to get there. Not 3, not 4, not 5. If that were the case, that would have been invited a long time ago. In the time of the Romans, in the time of the Greeks, and any sort of free love setup, it would have happened long ago. Because there's a reason why there's a tied and tested system of 2 people raising 1 child, and not polyamory. But I take your point. Thank you very much for that comment. So let's move on. We've just got to number 9 of what separates you from a good time girl and a wife. Number 9 being, can you cook for him? If you can cook for a man, oh my God, your number goes way up in a man's eye. Not only good food, but healthy food as well. If you have his dietary concerns into consideration, I need not say more. Let's move on to number 10. The girl you date is overly concerned about how long you'll be around and how long she can keep you. Oh, there you go. The woman that you marry is not too concerned about keeping you, because she knows you want to have a future with her. She is mature enough to know that you can never force someone to stay with you, and that you each have to choose each other every day, again and again. Yeah. Let me read that last part again, because it's quite important. Anyways, thank you for joining me on Talk Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall, winter, line out now. Back to it. The woman you marry. The girl you date is overly concerned about how long you'll be around and how she can keep you. The woman you marry is not too concerned about keeping you, because she knows you want to have a future with her. She is mature enough to know you can never force someone to stay, and that you each have to choose each other every day, again and again. That is so profound. That is so very, very profound, that. She knows, a woman would know, to us men, if she's indispensable. She literally is indispensable in her life. Right? She knows it. She knows it. Every time she's around you, don't worry about it. We have a few people in the house. Don't worry about it. We're good. So, yeah, don't be concerned about that. So the woman you marry is not concerned about keeping you, because she knows you want to have a future with her. She is mature enough to know that you can never force her to stay. So again, to stay, and that you have to choose each other every day, again and again. A woman knows when, or she should know when, she's indispensable. When she cannot be cast aside by her man. She knows. She instantly knows. If we can't do without you, we'll let you know, ladies. We will let you know. We will let you know how important you are in our lives. Through our acts and deeds, we'll let you know. So you need not worry. If you're always worried about, oh, will you be around, if you're sticking around and this, and you become suspicious as a result, and we've shown you every reason why you should stick around and you shouldn't worry, but if you are always concerned about how long you'll be around, how long you can keep you, I have to check this out, I don't know about that, and then you're always on the hot foot for certain things, we wonder about that, because we've shown you good reason why you are a part of our lives, and you will be a part of our lives in the long term. But if you're always worried, you're always concerned, you're always checking, you're always looking about, you don't know what, you're insecure and this and that, you don't know, I got to check this out, and I got to check that out. I got to have my spies everywhere and do this and this and that. And you're not assuring yourself in that your man is your man. That's a problem to us. That rings alarm bells in our head. We have a few comments here. Mothers mothers have been dropping the ball, teaching their daughter. Okay, we got that. Facts, as I was saying. Yes, indeed. If you're always suspicious, always looking around, we're saying, why are you looking around? We'll give you every reason and every indication that we are betrothed to you, but you're always looking around, always checking. You're literally telling a guy, okay, if you're going to do that, I might as well cheat. I don't need all this nonsense. I don't need all this suspicion around me. Hell no. That's a get out of jail clause. I might as well cheat on you, then I can get out of there. This is what I'm... Ladies will always give you good notice in our acts and our deeds if you are that wifey material. You will know. And for you to distrust us like that, something in your past has hurt you to a point where we can't convince you any longer. We can't do it. And if that's the case, what's the point? Because we'll always be under suspicion. And a man hates always being under suspicion because it drives us crazy. Drives us mad. And we rather not consider you a good time girl. We'll consider you a gone girl. Remember that Ben Affleck film, Gone Girl? Yeah, we'll consider you a gone girl. Well, not to the extent that, if you understand what the plot was. Not that sort of gone girl, but a gone girl, like gone, go on down the street, take those issues with you. Because we'd rather not be in a relationship like that. No way. No way. Then you were a good time girl. Yeah, you've given us a good time. You're a wonderful girl. You're great in the sack. Oh yeah, but I don't need the headaches. I don't need the worries. I don't need the headache. Just go. Take it down the road. Please leave. Please go. Go. Go, go, go. Go. No. Those sort of relationships don't last long. Do not last long. And heaven help us if we had kids with this woman. Woo, then we got to deal with that for 18 years. 18 years, that's right. Shout out Kanye. Yeah. We can't stand that, ladies. If we're under always the guise of suspicion, we'd rather be alone than be with that. So, we'll move on from there. Yes. Big things! Number 11. Watch this. The girl you date, or the girl that we consider a good time girl, is not willing to compromise with you. It is a two-way thing. Yes, indeed, Annette. Yes, indeed. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Annette. You're absolutely correct. It is a two-way thing. But usually guys aren't, okay, there are certain guys who are. So it is a two-way street. We'll give you that. Yes, that is true. We'll give you that. Yeah, if a man is too suspicious as well, yes, absolutely. Yeah, no woman wants to be around that. No man wants to be around that. So again, there is that shared experience that we can go on with. But look at number 11. Thank you for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We are here Tuesday. Tonight was a special night, Wednesday, but usually it's Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, but I do the Wednesday because I wasn't there Sunday because I was at All Black. If you know what All Black is in the city, yeah, it was all right. It was a good night. Shout out to Junior Jones. Anyways, back to number 11. Number 11 says, the girl you date is not willing to compromise with you. The woman that you marry is willing to compromise and sees the compromise as a necessity for a healthy marriage. Ladies, 304 girls, feminist girls, single independent, I don't need a man girls. Watch number 11. If you belong in a relationship where it's your way or the highway, you're usually alone. You're usually alone. No. Again. Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. That's the values of a high value woman. feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, high value women. But but as long as you meet the characteristics of cooperation, we will go down in looks to go up in cooperation. That's what compromise is. Cooperation. If you are not willing to be cooperative with your man in terms of your relationship, you're a good time girl, more than likely. You're a good time girl. And more these days, women aren't willing to compromise in terms of what they want in life. They're not willing to compromise in terms of the relationship that they have with their men. They're not willing to do it. Let me see if there's any YouTube comments. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Now we're good to go. Yes. Usually women aren't usually used to compromise these days, which is such a shame. That's such a shame. They want the 6 foot tall guy. They want seriously. They want 6 feet tall. They want a 6-pack. They want a 6 figures. They want 6 inches or more. They want the cool factor. He's got to be the one they want to be with. He wants to be the muscular guy. He's got to be all these things. And you're not willing to compromise on any of these things. And guess why there's so many women who are alone? And guess why there's so many women who are on antidepressants on 35 years and older? Because they weren't willing to compromise. On their wish list, they weren't willing to compromise. And as you see, over the next 10 to 20 to 30 years, I'm going to see a lot of alone ladies because they weren't willing to compromise. They weren't. Where your previous generations compromised. And they built legacies. They built families. They built generational wealth. Sorry. They built generational wealth. What is wrong with modern women and compromise? It's like a bad word. Cooperation, a bad word. Hell, let's call a spade a spade. Submission, a bad word. But what submission is compromise. Look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. There it is. There it is. Oh, you see. I wish you could see this on Talk Talk Live on YouTube. Look at the synonyms for compromise, for submission. Yielding, capitulation, agreement, acceptance. Consent, accession. But those 2 words, agreement, acceptance, those are synonyms to compromise. Those are synonyms to submission. Just to letting you know. There are a lot of single women out there who are hungry like a wolf. Yes, Brucey Bruce. Nice one, mate. Nice. Thank you for that thing. But I'm just showing you what submission is. You can see it right here on YouTube on Talk Talk Live. I'm showing you right now what the synonyms are to submission. The act or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or the will or authority of another person. Yielding, capitulation, agreement, acceptance, agreement, compromise, agreement. Cody Koshi, look it up. Get back to our original screen here. If you're not willing to compromise for the necessity of a healthy marriage, every other race of women compromises. Why do black women find it hard to do so? Modern women can't compromise. Feminists can't compromise. Don't get it. When actually feminists were married at one time. Were the beginning of feminism, instead of being taken over by 304 girls, city girls, modern women, compromise was at the bedrock. Equality was at the bedrock of the womanist feminist movement. That seemed to have gone away. Because women aren't willing to compromise anymore, which is unfortunate. But you'll find that a lot of guys now, have decided to find that compromise elsewhere, and you girls are being left in the lurch. So whatever, polyamory, threesome, whatever, dum 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 bum 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 bum, you find, so be it. But at the end of the day, you won't find solace in a man, because we need that compromise, ladies. That goes without saying. That's what separates you from a good time girl, from a bit of fun, to a wifey. You got to compromise. Number 12 on the list. So we're nearly done with this list. This is a long-ass list, but it needs to be said. It needs to be stated. Number 12. The girl you date thrives on a constant attention from you. Yes. Thrives on constant attention from you. The woman that you marry mirrors your affection and thrives upon providing you with love, support, respect that you need. Yes. Most of these modern women thrive on you putting them on a pedestal, pedestalizing your paramour, having her being worshipped, having her being the prize. This is the prize, lady. Remember the new saying now, ladies are the prize? This is the way to come. Why would we want a woman that constantly craves attention? Why? Answer that for us, ladies. Why? You're free and listen. It's a free and just society. You can do what the hell you want at the end of the day, but don't ask a man to co-sign you on it, because we won't. We won't. We simply won't. We won't do it. So don't ask us to do it. Don't ask us to co-sign this. If you want to be a 304 girl, if you want to be a city girl, if you want to be an IG model, if you want to be an OnlyFans girl, go ahead. Do it. You're free. You're at free and liberty to do so, but don't expect a man at the end of the rainbow because of it. Nope. No. No man with any self-respect will allow you to do that in his presence. Hell no. Unless he's earning money from it. Unless he takes legal tender from it. Then and only then he may co-sign, but other than that, no. No. So if you thrive constant attention for yourself, ladies, that's a good time girl all day long, 24/7, 365. Consider yourself a good time girl. You're welcome. And I hope you're happy there, because guess what? Those who thrive on that constant attention don't have long shelf lives. They don't. Unless you're an 8, 9, and 10 and you're a supermodel. But then again, if you constantly thrive for that attention, then and if that's your drug, and if it gets you paid, so be it. But look at Naomi Campbell. Does she have a man at the end of the rainbow? Hell no. Most women who are, creatives and who are models in themselves, who are into themselves so much, they don't have men waiting for them. Hell no. Because they can't see of themselves giving of themselves to someone else. Because they crave everybody else's constant attention. That means they can't pair bond. That means they can't, as they say, provide you with love, support, respect that you need as a man. So ladies, if you can't provide that for a man, you'll be the good time girl. Goes without saying. Number 13. And we're nearly done the list. The girl you date tries to change you and who you are compares you to her ex. Now we're getting to the pair bonding deal. Yes. She tries to change who you are and compares you to her ex. That is the good time girl. The woman that you marry accepts you for who you are and will not compare you to her ex. She knows you are the best and that you cannot change another person no matter how hard you try. They'll accept you for you. Yeah. Now, usually that's for most ladies. They'll accept you for you, and usually guys get that point. I think that's a simple thing. If you can't pair bond, this is where pair bonding comes in. If you have so many partners over time, you're always comparing your present partner to those ex partners, and you can't pair bond that person. You can't separate this guy from the rest of those guys, and you're always comparing them to them, guess what? Guess what? You're the good time girl. And you have too many bodies on your system. Because, again, listen, ladies, we know that we lie about our success, and you lie about your body count. We get that. But if your body count is so high that you can't separate the man you're with what is the man you're with, what you've had before, you're a good time girl to us. You're that bit of fun for us. And we can't take you seriously as a wifely candidate. We can't. It's the old saying, can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Who said that? Too Short? I think Too Short said that. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And that is very true. Because hoes have so many bodies on them that they can't separate their present from their past. And they're always comparing the two. To a point where a man never wins. So what's the point in trying? So if you're always in comparison with your ex, gentlemen, and she's always browbeating and arguing with you that you can't measure up, get out of that relationship, because you'll never see any sort of satisfaction or any sort of good tiding or any sort of support from that lady. You will never see it, unfortunately. And those days of support will be few and far between. So it's best that you leave while the getting is good. And if you can see that earlier on, all the better. And treat that woman as she is, a good time girl. Unless she gets that therapy she needs. And we'll get on to that a little later in instance. The 14th point, the girl you date has to be entertained. And the woman that you, the good time girl has to be entertained. And the woman you marry is someone that you can have fun with, relax, do activities, and do nothing together, and still enjoy each other's company. This is so key. The good time girl always wants you to bring her out and buy this for her and do that and buy her bottles and get her drunk, and she has to go to this place and she has to go to that place. You got to buy her this and do that, and you can't just join each other's company. There's always got to be something to do that involves money, and it involves money that you giving money to her. There's something there's the world's oldest perfection is very akin to that. They always have to be entertained. But it's because they know their time is money. So they always have to be seen as a star attraction, as they say. They need to be entertained. They're the star, and you have to do whatever it takes to get her attention. And if that's the case, if you have to jump through hurdles and jump through and hoops in order to entertain her, it's best that you get out of the relationship. She's a good time girl, guys. She's a good time girl. She's a good time girl. The woman you marry, you can listen. They don't care where you bring. They don't care what you do with them. They like to be in your presence for free. Of course, you got to go out there and have a good time. Yes, indeed. But they would rather be there with you for free because they enjoy your company. They like being there with you. If they like being there with you, you've got yourself a wifey. Lady, if you like being there with your man, that is a great thing to us. And listen, we will consider you very highly for a relationship. If you like a Netflix and chill, if you like a, you know, laying underneath the stars, if you like taking walks in the park, the best things in life are free. And if you like doing the best things in life with your man that are free, guess what? He'll be considered you a wifey. Exactly. Yeah. We'll take you seriously. Absolutely. Absolutely. But if you always want to be entertained, if you always want to be the it girl, if you always want to be bought bottles and taken to this and bought that, and you're an expense, ladies. You're an expense. And we can only take so many losses for so long, and then you just become too costly, and we have to move on. Unless you can afford it, but you just become too costly to most men, and you know, you're considered a good time girl. We get what we can from you, and that's that. So consider that when you are out with one you would consider very seriously. Consider that. If you always want us spending money on you, okay, fine. There's a time and a place. But constantly, nah, you're a good time girl. Good time girl. Good time girl. No. We can't take you seriously. No. The best things in life are free, ladies. And the more free things you like doing with your man, the more serious we take you. Think about it that way. Less is more. Less is definitely more. And we can tell whether you're in it for the money or you're in it for us. And that's the difference between a wifey and a good time girl. Believe it or not. So, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So we've been through all of the categories here. Let us recap just for the cheap seats. Great article here by Marcus Cusi on, look it up on, if you Google it, you can look it up. 14 differences between the girl you date and the woman you marry. Excellent article. And you know, I was glad to herald that. And he's spot on with everything. Again, the girl, so if you're the type of girl who wants to meet our family and friends, if you're the type of girl who's not overly worried about getting her nails done and you want to be beautiful for us, if you're the girl who not only has a vision for your career, but a vision for your life with your man to make him better and get him on his path towards a brighter future for the both of you, you're considered wifey material. If you want to build a financial cushion with your man, and then you're considered wifey material. If you're always open to something new and knows if you're always open to something, to learn something new, and you're not a know-it-all, and you want to build something new with your man, you are considered wifey material. If you share your deepest secrets with your man, and you're not always possessive of your phone and trying to take it away from him, not wanting to tell out your deepest secrets, and you trust him enough to know everything about you, then you're definitely you're wifey material. If you get excited about marriage and starting a family, then you're considered wifey material. If you're modest about your dress in public and you don't want to put yourself on show, not only on social media but also in the clubs, then you're considered wifey material. If you love to cook for your man on a semi-regular basis, you're considered wifey material. Just saying. If you are concerned about, if you're mature enough that you can never force someone to stay, and you have to choose each other again and again, day after day, and you're not always suspicious about your man, you're considered wifey material. If you are willing to compromise with your man for a healthy relationship and marriage, then you're considered wifey material. If you're if you don't thrive on constant attention and you thrive on love, support, and respect for your man, and vice versa, then you're considered wifey material. If you try to compare, if you don't want to compare yourself to your exes or your body count, then you're considered wifey material. And if you don't always need to be entertained and you're happy doing the best things in life which are free with your man, then you're considered wifey material. All these things are true. And don't think men aren't taking notes, because we are. We're not that naive. We're not that gullible. We have an eye out for these things, ladies. Don't think for a second we don't. And if we see any sort of slight in any of these areas that we have that I've highlighted tonight, guess what? It takes you that much further down the peg, down the totem pole. You're not considered top tier anymore. You're considered second tier, third tier, or just plain old good time girl. A bit of fun to us men. Honorable mention goes to your social media footprint. And if you have a huge social media footprint that is garnered on your looks, chances are you're a good time girl. Chances are you're a good time girl, ladies. Because we watch your social media footprint. And if it's big and it's based on your looks, and you thrive and you crave that attention, chances are you're a good time girl. You're a good time girl. You're a good time girl. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to be single, be single. But realize, you're not winning any points with your man with that. You're not. You're not. You're not. Unless you have those images with your man. Now. There you go. Have another article here quickly just to see this difference between girls and women and girls. That's all right. Yeah, this is exactly. Don't worry about that. So I think we've covered it pretty much on the last article. So yeah, those are the differences, ladies. Great article from Mr. Kusi. Marcus Kusi, yes. Yes, it is. Marcus Kusi. Look it up. Have a look for yourself. It's a great article, and again, I think it goes. It's universal. It's very much universal how these differences. And ladies, you need to take notes of these, because men are being more observant. We're not as gullible anymore. We're not. We're not. If you want us to invest in you, then you need to take heed of these signs. Take heed of these warnings that I gave you tonight. Take heed of it. Because if you want to be considered a good time girl, well, do what the hell you want. Who are we to stop you? Because you are in the freest society the world has ever known. And you can do with it how you want. As my man Bruce said, you can be as polyamorous as you want. You can go to the pink alternative. You can go to cats and dogs. But if you want to be with a man, these are simple truths that we hold dear. And what separates you, ladies, from good time girl and wifey. If you choose to heed those warnings, wifey is the title wifey is there to be had. If not, well, winter's coming. Winter is coming. I thank you for joining me tonight on Talk Talk Live. We're going to end it here tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow night with something new. Again, in our 3-night special run tonight on Talk Talk Live. Again, this will be directly uploaded to YouTube I'll get this out hopefully within the next few days on my IG feed, and we'll get that out to you on YouTube within the next couple of days. But yeah, I thank you for joining me on Talk Live on this show, and we had a good participation. Thank you very much for all the ladies and gentlemen out there who participated tonight. I really appreciate your comments. Both good. I mean, they're being relatively good. Yeah, exactly. No ugly comments tonight. There are no bad. There are no ugly comments. So I truly appreciate you being here on Talk Live tonight. We'll be going again tomorrow night on IG and YouTube. Stay tuned uh, for any sort of updates as to what I'll be doing tomorrow night. I haven't decided yet on what we're doing tomorrow night. I decided, today to be a good time to bring this out. But tomorrow night, something different, something new. So again, I'm gonna leave it here tonight, and I thank you for joining me on Talk Live. We'll be back tomorrow night with a new topic for here, sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend that we are back again. And if you talk, walk the walk, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. So I'm going to go back to my main screen here on YouTube. There I am. And yes, back onto the full cam. Yes, indeed. Was I always on full cam? I think I was always on full cam. I hope so. But anyways, nonetheless, I think my voice carries. So again, we're going to get out of here. And yeah, I'm just going to get back to watching the end of this Raptors game. And yeah, I may do some work at the end of the night. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay? So thank you for joining me Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you, Emil, for joining me today. And thank you for all of you for joining me today, whether on playback or live tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow night and talking about, stuff that needs to be talked about. And if you talk, walk the walk. Good night. Good night, YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow night on